Hi, good morning. Good morning, brothers, and good morning, Sir CJ. So, my name is Manuel Valenzuela. So, your reporters for today. So, ang report ko ngayon is I have two philosophers, namely Arthur Schopenhauer and H. Bradley. So, ang uunahin muna natin is si Arthur Schopenhauer. So, without further ado, umpisahan na po natin. So, first is Arthur Schopenhauer was a German philosopher. He is best known for his work, The Word as Will and Presentation. Born on February 22, 1788, at Poland and died on September 21, 1860, free city of Frankfurt. So, simulan na natin. So, Schopenhauer thought that Hegel's dialectical method was barren because it ignored Kant's insights into the nature of reason and understanding. Yet, he retained to Hegel's idealist approach. So, kung sa nabasa ko, si Schopenhauer is tinanggap niya yung pagiging idealistic framework niya. So, and kung hindi nyo na tatanungin, si Hegel's is isa sa influencer ni Schopenhauer. So, Schopenhauer thought that the word consists of ideas or presentation. In that necessary connection judged to exist between them are Kant thought merely conditional. However, Schopenhauer did not accept the paraphernalia of Kant's categories for justifying judgments. So kung mamaya as we continue to present my report, so malalaman natin kung bakit si Schopenhauer is kumbaga parang rebirth, intellectual rebirth yung epistemology or philosophy ni Immanuel Kant. Ratio cognoscendi. Tama ba yung pag-pronounce ko? Ratio cognoscendi. It acts as a logical truth, as a ground connected with the futures of space and time. So, ibig sabihin, something, ratio cognoscendi is something through or by means of which a thing is known. So, halimbawa, kapag alam mo na ang isang bagay, or may idea ka na sa isang bagay or yung tatawag natin na objective, so alam mo na yung may knowledge ka na about doon. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng ratio cognoscendi. So ground of knowledge. So kumbaga parang it is the foundation, kumbaga. Next is ratio ascendi. So, in connection with mathematical truths and as causality. So, ibig sabihin is the ratio ascendi is the cause or ground of the existence of a thing. Yun. So, siguro naman naintindihan natin yan. So, and then, third is the ratio fiendi. Sorry for term kung tama ba. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ratio fiendi. In connection with ordinary empirical phenomena. So, ito, ang halimbawa ng ratio fiendi is theory, reason, account, process, procedure, reasoning, and reasonable. So, yun yung tinatawag na ratio fiendi. Yun yung mga halimbawa niya. So, next is the transcendental idealism. So, itong transcendental idealism nito, this is about kay Kant ito. So, kumbaga, parang sabi ko nga, is nirebirth niya yung intellectual. So, transcendental idealism, the world that we experience. So, yun yung definition niya. And, world of appearances, phenomenal world, or the world exists independent of our experience, composed of things in themselves. So baka ang pagkaintindi ko dito is yung naiisip natin na bagay sa ating isipan is dapat is ma-experience din natin sa reality para para malaman natin na yung iniisip natin is talagang nag-i-exist siya. Okay. The phenomenal word or word of appearances. According to Kant, the phenomenal word by fundamental principles, this is the space and time. So space and time, kunwari dito sa mundong ito yung ginagalawan natin, this is the space and time. So Kant described as forms of institution and causality, category of understanding. And also according to Kant, space and time, causality are not featured at themselves. So next is that upon reading Kant, Schopenhauer underwent an intellectual rebirth. So as I've said a while ago, Schopenhauer interpretation Kant's space and time and causality does not exist in this world. Instead, featured of the mind that constructed our experience. So kung napiperceive na natin, o kumbaga parang kung yung bagay is napiperceive natin, is nakikita natin, so parang it manifests to our mind. So ito yun lang yung kino-constructed niya sa ating isipan sa pamamagitan ng our experience. So the word as we experience says it is structured by object, space and time, which causal relationship with other object, or this is the featured mind. The objects of the world depend on their mind of their existence, and the world that we know it is representing, creating by our mind. Schopenhauer famously expressed this ideal proclaim the world is presentation. So the word as will and presentation by Schopenhauer is everything we perceive is the presentation in our consciousness. So kumbaga kung ano yung nakikita natin, na-perceive natin, nadadama natin through our senses is our representation in our consciousness. So the word is my presentation. Yun. So Schopenhauer idealism, or he believes that all objects of experience are depend on their existence in their brain or knowing subject, which influenced by Kant. So ibig sabihin dyan, subjective is tayo yung subjective, at saka kumbaga subjective tayo yung nagpe-perceive, and the objective is yung ating or yung bagay na pina-perceive natin. So sabi dito, depende daw talaga yun sa subjective, sa pag constructed ng objective sa utak ng tao. So yun yung ibig sabihin niya dito. Okay, next is world of appearance. So dito sa world of appearance, sabi dito, Kant thought there must be something which exists independently of us, that is our cause of our presentation. So kung may mga bagay man na hindi ako ma-explain dito, so because of limited of my what I know, is I think Sir CJ will be the one to supplement my presentation. So I will skip this one, and I just add this one. I think this is important. So Schopenhauer to Kant interpretation. So in transcendental idealism, space and time, causality are the future of the mind, and there's no sense of speak things in themselves. So sabi ko nga, yung space and time and causality, so ito yung kumbaga para ito yung ginagalawan natin, yun daw ay nasa utak lang natin, or futures of the minds. So according to Kant, we cannot obtain knowledge of things of themselves. So yun nga, kumbaga we cannot obtain knowledge of things of themselves. Halimbawa, kapag ang cellphone is sa space and time, kapag hindi mo pa siya nakikita sa reality, hindi ka mag-gain ng knowledge doon o hindi mo masasabi na ang cellphone ay cellphone sa reality. Okay, next is Schopenhauer. We wonder for philosophizing. So we know that all philosophers starts sa pagtataka or wonder. In order for us to philosophizing yung isang bagay, so kailangan natin na magtataka tayo. Magtataka tayo. Bakit ganun? Parang ganun. Why is the world such a miserable place? Rigid world. Not merely that the world exists, but still more that it is. Such miserable and melancholy world is the tormenting problem of metaphysics. So guys, gusto ko na bakit dito malalaman nyo kung bakit talagang sinabi ni Schopenhauer na miserable place or rigid world. Kumbaga ito yung ginagalawan natin, so malalaman natin yan as we long ago. So, will as the thing it is itself. So the world as idea or presentation is only one half of the Schopenhauer philosophy. Although he accepted the idealist framework, he thought that he demand for a thing in itself as the basis of all our ideas was inescapable. Okay, next is the inner nature of our being. So, in inner nature of our being, at the core of our being is unconscious instinct or force characterized by a restless striving. So, tinawag ito ni Schopenhauer na will. So, ano ba itong will na to? So, magtataka kayo kung bakit meron siyang tinatawag na will. So, para sa kadagdagan o para sa trivia, si Schopenhauer, pinag-aralan niya rin or nag-aral din siya ng Eastern philosophy. So, will, di ba, si Buddha or Buddhism is meron tinatawag na will. Yun nga. So, will, our body is manifestation of will or the will to live. So, the will to live, yan. Kumbaga parang we striving to live. Yan. Okay, will. Ano ba tong will na to? Yung number one is meron sa tao kasi meron tayong dalawang will na tinatawag. Ito yung una, according to Schopenhauer. One is presented to us by sensation or perception. So, ano ba itong sensation or perception? So, itong sensation or perception is the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. So, ang isang halimbawa na mabibigay ko dito is sex and love. So, kumbaga, yun yung napaka-relevant na examples sa ganyan. So, number two is the presented to us by a direct inner experiences. So, inner experiences includes your thoughts, feelings, sensation. Halimbawa, in tingles and etc. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng inner experiences. Okay pala, balik tayo dun sa will to live. So, I forgot something na sasabihin dito. So, dito pala. So, yung will to live pala na sinatawag. So, yung will to live is, sabi ni Schopenhauer, everything presses and strives toward existence. Let anyone consider this universal desire for life. Let him see the infinite willingness, facility, and exuberance with which the will to live presses impetuously into existence under million forms, everywhere and at every moment in such phenomena, then it becomes visible that I am right in declaring that the will to live is that which we cannot further explain, but lies the foundation of all explanation. So kumbaga dito, tayong mga mga as a human, so we striving, so kailangan natin, ano ba yung pangangailangan ng tao para mabuhay is we need to eat. We need to feed ourselves, ganun. So yun yung mga kailangan ng tao. So even the animals, sabi niya, is nag-strive pa rin yung sinatawag na the will to live or yung will na tinatawag. So sabi niya, even the animals is striving. So, oo nga naman, nagugutom din sila, ganyan. Kumakain din sila. So, paulit-ulit lang, parang ganun. So, isang halimbawa pa dito is about sa animals is yung, kumbaga yung sea turtle. So, yung sea turtle is mangingitlog lang yan dyan sa tabi-tabi, sa, kumbaga parang sa mga buhangin, malapit sa dagat. So kapag nangitlog na ito, nangitlog na ang sea turtle, is, syempre tatabunan niya yun. So, mag-hatch lang siya, kumbaga pipisa lang siya sa tulong ng araw, sa init. So, iinit din yung buhangin, yun yung ano niya. So, when the times na mag-hatch na itong itlog, itong turtle, sea turtle, so kapag ito ay is napisa na, naging yung baby turtle na, so lalabas na yan sa pupunta na sa pangpang. So bago siya pumuntang doon sa pangpang is yan maraming manifestation diyan na pwedeng makain yung yung sea turtle kasi nga maliliit pa o ganyan. So ganun ihalimbawa ni Schopenhauer tayo or yung mga hayop, even sa animals. So, parang pareho lang tayo sa kanila or pareho sila sa atin. Yun yung halimbawa na ni Schopenhauer sa The Will to Live. So, balik na tayo dun sa yan. Sabi dito, all striving for survival nourishment, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, kasi sabi ko lang, and propagation that all life are similar to us. So, kung ano man yung nakikita nyo dito na buhay, yan, even basta something na buhay, na nilikha na buhay. So, we striving for survival. At base sa napag-aralan ko sa philosophy, sabi dito, yung will is stable rather than our emotional. So, sabi dito, yung will nga daw is stable siya, rather sa emotional. So according to Schopenhauer, we must escape in that will of suffering, pain, and misery. So bakit nga ba nasabi niya na, di ba sabi ko nga kanina, rigid world and misery, sabi niya ganun. So why is it, bakit sabi ni Schopenhauer, suffering, pain, and misery? Okay, suffering because we nag-hunger tayo for we urge for a thing. Yan. Kumbaga, parang hindi tayo kontento. So kung paulit-ulit niyan, doon na tayo nagsasuffer. At saka at the same time, nakakaramdam tayo ng pain and misery. So according to Schopenhauer, we must escape in that will. Yun ang sabi niya. We must escape in that will. And denying will is the denial of suffering. And according to Schopenhauer, at kapag daw dininay mo or yung will, so suffering will end. Yun ang sabi ni Schopenhauer. Okay, next is, okay, natapos tayo dun kay Schopenhauer. So, sabi pa dito, dinalikan ko lang tong according to Schopenhauer, you must escape in that will of suffering, pain, and misery. So, in order to end suffering daw, sabi niya, is be competence, compassion pala. Compassion to other, be kind to other. Yun din yung sabi niya na isa sa yun nga, i-end yung suffering. Yan. Be kind to one another. Yun ang sabi niya. So with that, kung may hindi man ako na-explain ng mabuti, so I think Sir CJ will be the one to supplement my report. So sabi ko nga, ito lang yung naintindihan ko sa aking report. So next philosopher would be Francis Herbert Bradley. So Francis Herbert Bradley was a British idealist philosopher born on January 30, 1846, London, United Kingdom. Died September 18, 1924, Oxford, UK. Influenced by Friedrich Hegel and Immanuel Kant. So parang nagka-connect lang itong dalawang ito. Parang may similarity sila. Parang ganun. Ni Schopenhauer na influencer. So Bradley owns account of judgment is that it is the act which refers an ideal content to a reality beyond the act, so that the logical form of every judgment is reality is such that if anything is S, then it is P. This formulation makes intelligible what is superficial, paradoxical, or contrary opinion in Bradley. So when we say paradoxical is contrary opinion, and when two different opinions collide in a statement or action. So halimbawa, kung itong pen, may pen ako dito, yan. Okay, paradoxical is, halimbawa nga, ito sabi ko, pen. So, itong pen na to, alam naman natin na this is pointed. May pointed, meron siyang ink, color red, blue, or ano pang kulay yan. O di kaya ay mahaba. So dapat, kung nagmamanifest ito sa utak mo, ito na yung, kumbaga parang nai-imagine mo na yung pen. So, dapat, kung ano yung nabuo mo sa isip mo, sa isipan mo, so sa reality din, para hindi sila magkasalungat, dapat magkatugma yung nasa isip mo at saka sa reality. So dapat kung naisip mo black or halimbawa pointed or pahaba, dapat kung ano yung nasa isip mo, ganun din sa reality. So yun yung pagkaintindi ko dito sa sinasabi ni Bradley sa yan nga, dito nga. O, diba? Ang gulo ko. So, next. All judgment are categorical, for they all do affirm about the reality and assert their content of that. Again, all are hypothetical, for not one of them can ascribe to a reality its content unconditionally. So, hindi ko po naintindihan. Okay. Next is the consider also Bradley treatment of sentences about fictional entities, such as, sabi niya, there's no goose or ghost. On Bradley analysis, this turned out to be condensed form, for reality is no place where ghosts exist. So, parang ganito yan eh. Naniniwala tayo na may multo. Oo. Ang tinatanong niya is, nag-experience ka na ba, na-imagine mo, naisip mo, ganyan, nagko-construct sa isip mo na multo, yan na. And then, sabi doon, mag-i-exist lang siya, kumbaga mag-i-exist lang ang multo na yun, kapag na-experience mo na sa reality, na nakikita ka ng multo. Yan. Yun yung ibig sabihin ni Bradley doon. Ngayon, kung hindi mo naman na-experience, sabi nga, reality is no place where ghosts exist. So, parang hindi siya mag-i-exist kapag ang multo hindi mo na-experience sa reality. Yun lang yun. Yung ang pinaka-bottom line ni Bradley dito is experience. Yan. Yan. Appearance and reality. Okay, appearance and reality. So, for Bradley, universals corresponds to ideas, so that in judgment, we are attaching an idea to reality. So, halimbawa, para maintindihan natin yung isang bagay, so kailangan nating ipaintindi kahit na nagbibigay tayo ng maraming example para express natin na naiintindihan talaga natin. So, halimbawa, itong ballpen. So, the ballpen must correspond in the reality. Okay? You need to connect the idea of pencil into a reality of a pencil. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, kung ang ballpen na to is nakikita mong kulay itim, kulay pointed, mahaba, ganyan, at saka nagaganyan mo siya, napapaingay mo siya, ganyan. So sabi niya, kung yun ang naiisip mo, yun yung nabubuo mo doon sa utak mo, so sa reality din dapat yung ballpen na naiisip mo, na-construct mo sa utak mo, is ganun din dapat sa reality. Okay? Para, sabi ko nga, nagiging, yung paradoxical is contrary opinion. So, dapat hindi siya magiging magkasalungat. Yun. Dapat kung ano yung nasa isip mo, na-imagine mo, is ganun din sa reality. So, yun yung ibig sabihin niya dito. Okay? Appearance and reality. The idea that two things may stand in a relation give rise to an infinite regress. Judgment about the absolute, the sum total of reality, may have a certain intellectual incorrigibility. So, masyadong malalim. So, ayan. Halimbawa niyan. So, sa metaphysics naman ni F.H. Bradley. So, sabi niya, things one in many, or things are many properties. So, sa one thing in plurality, number one, kumbaga option lang ito. Number one is, a thing is identical with one of its properties. So, yung natatandaan ko dito kasi kung yung books niya talaga, kung makikita nyo, very thick. Ang hirap pag Tagalog. Yan, makapal yung dalawang version yon. Kumbaga, isang red at isang blue. So, sabi niya sa example niya dito, sugar cubes. Okay, alam na natin sugar cubes. The essence of sugar is sweet. Sweetness is the property. So, yun yung sabi niya dito. So, number two, a thing is identical with the set of its properties. So, sabi nga natin dito, yung property ng sugar is the sweetness. So, kumbaga kung maitutulad natin itong a thing is identical with the set of its properties sa a priori. So, it does not add knowledge. So, kumbaga parang given na yon at it is na. Okay? Kaya pag sinabi natin na the father is a boy, alam naman natin na yung tatay talaga is lalaki talaga yan. Yun. Ganun yung ibig sabihin niya ng a thing is identical with the set of its properties. So para sa akin, ang pagkaintindi ko dito is ito yung a priori. Number three is a thing is an underlying substance distinct from its properties. Example, yung sugar. Sugar is not sugar if it is not sweet. So, hindi magiging sugar ang sugar kapag ito ay maasim, kapag ang sugar ay maalat, kapag ang sugar ay mapakla. So, sugar is sweet. In order for us to, para masasabi natin na sugar talaga siya. Kaya sabi, a thing is underlying substance distinct from its properties. And number four, a thing is manner in which the aggregate of properties coexist. Yan. So, ito yung conclusion ko na nabuo base sa mga nabasa ko kay kay Schopenhauer at saka kay H. Bradley. So kumbaga pinag-combine ko na yung conclusion ko. Sabi, man is intelligent based on his experiences, wherein curiosity will lead him into the reality of absolute truth, where his judgments are not misleading. So, yan po yung aking conclusion na nabuo. So, I hope guys na meron kayong natutunan sa akin na please bear with me. So, ito lang talaga yung nalalaman ko na sa aking report. So, nandiyan naman si Sir CJ para sabi pa, supplement yung aking report. So, kung wala kayong kung may gusto kayong katanungan, PM is the key. PM nyo kay Sir CJ. So guys, maraming salamat. Kung bago ka pa lang sa YouTube channel ko, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So maraming salamat guys. Keep safe and see you sa next vlog. Bye!